You the electrifying atmosphere, unforgivable moments, and exclusive interviews. Join us as we explore the heart-pounding action and the incredible stories that make the Spiece Fieldhouse a hub of athletic excellence. You, me, us, and them, we are the 260.
And yes, we are the 260 Sonar, and it's great to be back. I spent last week out in the holler in West Virginia, and you talk about...
You're out in the boonies.
I was out in the boonies, and Dave, I met a couple of hippies out there, hopped on a bus, they played a banjo, and I took a bus to the top of the mountain, and I zip-lined down, Sonar, about...
You mean hippies or hillbillies?
They were kind of a combination. They weren't really hillbillies. They had a hippie feel to them, and they got me on top of a mountain, Dave, and I zip-lined down. I was about 350 feet up, and zip-lining down, Sonar, wasn't a big deal, but it was coming to a stop where the issue was, man.
You have all those tires and everything else you got to slam into.
I'm a big boy coming down the mountain. I think they were a little nervous when I came down the mountain. But
you're the only person they don't push you at the top.
Didn't you say you was going 65?
Yeah, 65 miles per hour. And I'm always the biggest guy wherever I go places most of the time, except maybe Max looks pretty big here tonight, Max Koffee from Hercules Nutrition. But I get to the top of the mountain, and, of course, the biggest guys are like, are you scared? Are you nervous? And of course I lie. I'm like, I'm not worried. Everybody just jumped off the mountain to zip line. I got up there and I kind of hesitated, and the guy started to laugh, and down I came, man. And that thing, you talk about, I was coming down so fast that when you hold on to the grips, the metal, I had gloves on, and they heated up so much that it was burning my hands. So I was trying to alternate my hands.
You had big work gloves on.
I had big work gloves on. I needed them, man, and I tell you what. And then, of course, they warned me, too, beforehand.
The pictures, I don't know if he sent you the pictures, but, I mean, he's going through a tunnel of trees.
Wow.
But what was really frightening is before we started, they told some stories about people having some, bodily issues coming down, and I thought, oh my gosh, I don't want to be that guy, man.
Only bodily issues I can think of is a new change of pants.
That's exactly right, and that's what I was worried about.
Anybody in your group?
No, nobody in the group, thankfully. But as I'm riding that bus straight up the mountain, and they're playing that little ding 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 ding, that little banjo's going, I'm thinking to myself, okay, don't mess up, okay? Just everything's locked in and loaded.
Yeah.
Just come on down the mountain and get this over with. Luckily, it was the adrenaline run was the highest. Luckily, we only did that once. So it was kind of like once I got through it, I was like, I'm done.
So the banjo song, was that the banjo song from Deliverance, Burt Reynolds?
That's what I tell you what. I was way out in the holler. I think Deliverance is probably maybe the same county or the county over, but it was beautiful out there in West Virginia. Did a little whitewater rafting too. Didn't fall in, man. It kind of put me in the middle of the boat, being about 200, big guy in the middle. That kept the boat there. But
fat guy in the middle.
Yeah, that's right. Big guy in the middle. So we had a great time though. But Dave, it's great to be back with you, and man, it's great to have Max Koffee here from Hercules Nutrition and Training. And Max,
pleasure to be here.
Big event coming up, the Hoosier Flex. Talk to us a little bit about the Hoosier Flex as you're getting ready for your second bodybuilding competition.
Yep.
And also take us into some of the training and what you're doing out here, because Dave and I are excited because those Spiece memberships are starting to really grow.
Yeah. Well, I got my second bodybuilding competition ever coming up on June 17th. It is the Hoosier Flex here at PFW in Fort Wayne. I did compete in this show last year, and the placement wasn't where we wanted, but I learned a lot, and I put that to use from day one after that show last year. And
ready to get after it.
Yeah, I'm hungry. So I'm coming into this show hot. I like my chances. With it being local, I've been able to see a lot of the competition kind of coming. It only takes one guy, so that's my mindset. Is nothing's ever promised. I'm just gonna go in there, give it everything I got, and can walk away happy knowing I'm doing that. So,
well, you look great. You've been putting the work in, man.
His abs,
fantastic, man.
Dude,
how many crunches, sit-ups?
The training.
How many a day?
It's crazy. I mean, abs. You form them in the gym, but the kitchen is whether or not you can see them.
That's what's tough, man. It's like I can go into the gym. I can pump the iron with the best of them. But what I'm so impressed with you and with the people in the Hercules Nutrition Program is the discipline, man. Because what happens to me, Dave, is like I work out, I feel good, and I'm like an old dog. I walk out of the gym, I need a bone or a treat or something. And that's where it really – talk about that, Max. I mean, because that had to be really that's probably what I most admire about you is the discipline for the nutrition, man.
I get that craving after the gym still. You know, I'm hungry, I'm ravenous, especially after a good one. You know how it goes. So, well, it all comes down to self-discipline. That's exactly what it is. It's the epitome. I mean, it's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. So,
you went to Dwenger, you played football at Dwenger. Did you like lifting then?
Yes.
So you did?
Yes.
See, a lot of these guys that become bodybuilders were like football players or wrestlers, and even, Dave, a lot of baseball players. I think it's just kind of like Kindig, Ken Dog, that baseball player. It's that discipline. I think they crave that discipline.
What it was for me was getting out of high school. It was the competition. It was the drive.
You missed it, yeah.
And it's like with bodybuilding or even lifting, it's like you're kind of competing with yourself, and it's never done. You know what I mean? So it's like kind of always fulfilling that drive to compete.
I was telling him before show, there's a teacher now, administrator, his name's Sam DePremio.
Yes.
My senior year was his first year at Northrop. And he was Mr. Indiana, Mr. Ball State. Not the tallest guy, he's about 5'7", 5'8", but he was ripped, just like Max.
Yeah, that dense muscle.
Yeah. But he started Mr. Northrop, and it became a big deal. I mean, people that really wasn't into sports got into this and was competing, wanting to win that award.
And what I like is, like, when I walk in the gym and I see, like, Max, I pick up the energy on that. Because I walk in and guys in the gym, they're really getting after it and doing it the right way. I pick up that energy. I like that. And, Max, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like when I go to the gym, I feel like it's my own personal mural. Every day I can go and I can work on that mural a little bit, Max, and nobody can steal it from me,
right?
Cheat me out of it.
Right.
It doesn't depend upon, like, a lot of times my frustration in business is I need somebody else to do something, or I need this to happen. So I'm waiting around. Where I go to the gym, Max, and I want you to comment on this. When I go to the gym, it's all on me. And that mural, how I want that mural to look is based upon my hard work and my discipline.
Exactly. I say every day is another brush stroke. So
that's beautiful.
Every day is another brush stroke. It's another chance to get in there, get a little bit better, 1% better than the day before. I tell my clients, no matter what goes on in your personal day, no matter what's going on in your relationship, how you feel, you should have one set tone when you walk in the door in here. I tell them to flip the switch. So when they come in here, the switch is flipped, it's on, I'm seeing red, knowing what I have to do walking in. That's where the plan comes along. I give them the plan. They know what they got to do. They just come in and they execute with the intensity of our standards, and that is where the results really start to fly.
So how long have you been training been a trainer?
Derek approached me with this idea. I would say at this point it's coming up on like 2 years.
So
and I was in the backgrounds of, Hercules with what he had going on and doing my own bodybuilding type and training type deal. And I actually officially started accepting clients with him March 1st, and the influx has just been crazy. I mean, it's been so many blessings I can't even describe. I love it, and I love what I do, so I'm having like more fun than ever. I am tired with this bodybuilding prep, but I mean, I cannot complain.
Yeah. Now,
I see you got one of the Pelks in your gym now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
Definitely. We got a bunch of them, dude, and they're thoroughbreds. So
they are thoroughbreds, aren't they?
They are.
Genetics.
Exactly.
Their dad, Tim.
Yeah.
We'd be on a construction site, and it'd be lunch. Everybody's eating. He's sitting there doing crunches.
Yep.
We're like, dude, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, it's that drive.
1,000 crunches a day.
Wow, it's just that drive, man.
Yeah, and it's fun, looking good, and everything. It is. It's a lot of fun, but getting there, not so much fun.
It's tough. Now,
what weight did you start at?
So actually, before I started cutting, I was bulking, trying to maximize my size. As of yesterday, I'm sitting at 203 pounds. The most I ever got to was March 12th. I was like 248.
You were 248.
248.
I was thick. I was
strong, huh? Now, when you get up to the when the Hoosier Flex comes, what will your weight be at?
So for classic, that's a division.
Classic
different
physique.
Divisions. If I want to compete in that, which I do, I'll have to be under 197.5. So
okay, so I like you right now.
Yeah.
And see, you've done it right, man.
Exactly.
You're right where you could be. Yep. So you're not going to lose a bunch of shit.
No.
Right. And if I can't compete that division, I'll just tear it up bodybuilding.
You will.
So
now, with your clients, obviously, what you guys are doing with their Hercules nutrition and training, I think the plan is so key.
Yeah.
And I have to, when I go to the gym just myself, obviously I'm not a bodybuilder like you, but when I go, I have to have a plan. But talk about that when you have a new client. What's the message? What's the toughest thing for people? Is it just starting or just accepting it? Or what do you see from your clients?
I just feel like when I get new clients, they just like approach me or a trainer as if in the wrong way. Like they really should like a friend. Like I feel like some of my clients even get scared to tell me when they mess up, and I'm like, no, don't. Like just tell me. You know, talk to me like you can talk to anyone else. I want them to know that this process is gradual. You know, I work with a lot of my clients are either two things. They want to lose weight or they want to put on muscle.
Sure.
So with losing weight, a lot of it is supposed to look like this. Just, you know, ups and downs with a gradual decline. I feel like so many people want it to just look like this, and that's where getting in your head comes into it, and
they quit.
Exactly.
That's why the coaching, I think, is key, because what people don't realize is muscle weighs more than fat.
100%.
And you know, if I stop working out or whatever, I can drop weight like crazy, but it's not good weight.
Right. So many people worry about what the scale says when they need to be worrying about what the mirror says and what the mind says.
man.
Here's the best. That's very good.
What's up?
He's 203. How tall are you?
Just under 5'10".
5'10". I'm used to be 5'11", probably 5'10" under. I weigh 203.
Yeah.
Now I have a beer belly, and he's all muscle.
Yeah. It's just
that goes to the point, right there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
all that
weight
muscle
means nothing.
Because the muscle's heavy. And I see that sometimes with the women in the gym. You probably see that more. They get so freaked out because they gain a little weight, but it's like, no. You're getting muscle. Yeah. And I think that's why, like, the Hercules nutrition, the training you guys do, I think it's so important with the coaching. And I've been interested in that, too, because my issue is, and I think a lot of people this way, I kind of get into the same routine, man. And speak about that for a second, because you know better than anybody, you got to change your routine up. You kind of got to shock the body, don't you, Max?
You do, 100%. And I mean, even me, when I first got a training coach, it was not Derek. It is now, but I had a different coach, and I looked good. I looked great, and I got a coach. People are like, why do you need a coach? And the accountability is there so much more when you have a coach than when you don't. I mean, if you don't have a coach or you don't have someone on you and you're doing something, you will cut corners. You will see parts of yourself that there's potential to grow that you don't see. I mean, another set of eyes on anything is always beneficial. Yeah. So the coaching, the accountability, not only that, but then the plan, like you keep talking about, is the plan.
So key.
So, and Derek has put me on at Hercules Nutrition and Training, just diets and workouts that I knew from the first week of hitting the plan that he had constructed. I was like, wow. And I just hit that as hard as I could all off season to a T, and this was the output. I mean, it's just
How often is Derek with you?
So Derek is actually with me. I see him at least once a week.
While you're training.
Oh, while I'm training, I would say definitely once a week as well. Our schedules don't always coincide, but when they do, he's not my personal trainer though, just my coach. So he'll give me the diet and the weightlifting protocol, and I'll go in there and execute it and then get with him with any problems or concerns or suggestions that I may have.
Okay, so here you are. Today I was squatting. 315s on the rack. I'm doing my squats.
I like that.
What goes through your mind, Max, when you're hitting those big lifts, man, and you get down to that last couple of reps, because you know that's where you grow, is those last couple of reps. What's Max Koffee thinking about with the Hoosier Flex coming up? What are you barking in your mind to get through those big lifts?
I'm thinking about backstage right before 10 seconds before my name called out. Headphones on, don't know what I'm listening to. Doesn't even matter at that point. I can't even hear it. Walking out right into the lights. And people always say that it's like a flash and then you're done. When I did it the first time, everything slowed down. And that day I really fell in love with it. I knew. So I'm ready for it. Backstage, getting me hyped up, listening to Pantera, hitting 315 with you. That's how
I see you, big dog. Now, when you came out, man, when you came out in front of all the people, was it liberating, man, to be like, look at me? I mean, take these clothes off. Look at what I've built. Was that just a moment where you were like, yeah, baby? Or did you have any nervousness
last
or anything?
Year?
Or did you feel like this is the payoff, man?
Last year, I was a little nervous, but last year it was more I just was going to finish what I set out to do. I knew it wasn't my best out there. I knew that 100%. So last year it was just like kind of still getting my feet wet. I'm almost a red-shirted freshman, if you will. So last year we didn't even count it. So... But
that's a valid point. Going into this year,
right? But yeah,
you got to feel much more comfortable.
100%. I learned so much. I think just my transition from last year to
and
this
watching
year,
everybody else.
Yeah, Yeah, I just felt like a sponge with knowledge. I fell in love with it and wanted to absorb everything. Fort Wayne is a huge city when it comes to resources in bodybuilding and fitness, and I have just gotten in with a lot of good people who've taught me a lot of good things.
Last question. Looking at camera right there, Max.
Yeah?
What's the message from Max Koffee to somebody out there that's just getting ready to start their journey in bodybuilding, who's watching this and says, man, Max looks great, I admire that. What is the message to somebody just beginning their journey in bodybuilding?
Hey, only compare yourself to the you from yesterday, because you're going to see a lot of physiques, a lot of good physiques, and they're going to tear you down without even trying. So the only person that you can compare yourself to when in this sport is the you from yesterday. You
Very
beat
good.
that guy every
That's right,
day.
baby.
Very
After
good.
a couple years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, it just depends where you're starting, because everyone starts somewhere different. So hit it as hard as you can until you're where you want to be, and you'll get there, I promise.
That's solid.
Love it, man. Very solid. We got a rapid fire round that Sonar's great wife, Crystal, put together for us.
Oh, let's get it.
Let's get it, man. Okay, you're pumping iron, man. You're rolling downhill. You're about 45, 50 minutes into that workout. What does Max Koffee listen to in the gym, music-wise?
At that point, I'll turn on DMX.
Let's go, baby.
R.I.P., baby.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
I usually ask the question of what is your favorite restaurant. I'm going to change it up for you.
I like that.
After that competition is over, where are you heading to eat?
Oh, man. Honestly,
And what are you craving?
Honestly, I think I'm going to Black Canyon, and I'm getting shrimp. I'm getting their filet tip pasta. It's so good. Filet and shrimp tip pasta and some of their egg rolls. I love it.
That's
What do you have any fun or weird family traditions?
Oh, man. The one I can think of is we get so competitive on Thanksgiving, and we go bowling. And, you know, sometimes,
Bowling on Thanksgiving?
And it's like
That's
the perfect
fascinating,
day
man.
because nobody really
How about
goes
that,
bowling
Sonar?
on Thanksgiving.
So you get it to
You know,
yourself.
so we get it there by ourselves, and a little
love
bit
it, bro.
of drinks get flowing, and we get competitive as hell.
Yeah,
so
man. Yeah,
It
man.
is ridiculous. I love that one, though.
What are you watching on Netflix?
Man, right now, I've been watching, surprisingly, a lot of Generation Iron on Amazon Prime,
Yeah,
trying to get in the
baby.
zone. That's
Yeah.
just a lot of different insights to different bodybuilders. And one I fell in love with, who I've been putting my kind of career together around with the same principles, is Dorian Yates. You guys ever have a second?
Oh, yeah.
Look up into him. He is a
He's
champion.
just brilliant, man. He came out, Dave. He was before Ronnie Coleman. Wasn't he?
No,
Was kind
he-
of
yeah, he was yeah,
before Ronnie. He was kind of that genre, and Dorian Yates was just fantastic. Then last question, Max. When you lay your head down at night, what's the sports moment that you think of in your mind when you lay your head down at night? You know, could be something in high school, or you know, could be your bodybuilding now. But what's that moment in your mind that you're thinking about?
So it could be personal or professional that I've seen.
Sure.
Man, I'll always have to think of that play with Ray Lewis. I forget who the run. No, I think it was Jerome Bettis. It was Jerome Bettis was coming through the whole big, scary Jerome Bettis. You know how he was, the bus.
yeah.
And here comes Ray Lewis, just levels him. So I always know, like, even though there might be a big runner coming your way or something, big obstacle in your way, give it everything, get lower, get faster, get meaner, and knock it on its butt.
There you go. The
I got
great
one
Max
last for
Koffee,
you.
man.
I got
That's
one last
fantastic.
for you.
What's up?
Past or present? Anybody you could talk to, meet, who would it be? Past or present?
Oh, my gosh. Probably Kobe Bryant.
Wow.
Just
Wow.
greatness. Because no matter what you do, I know that whatever profession you have, if you just learn from him, talk to him, you'll get better at whatever you're doing. So I would love to do that.
Fantastic, man. Max Koffee. It's Hercules Nutrition and Training.
Yes, sir.
If you guys want to get a training program going, or you want a coach, and can you say intensity? That's Max Koffee. Good luck, brother, in the Hoosier Flex. We loved having you. And coming up next, Dave, 26.2 Sonar in the 260. We have the Jedi Knights of the Marathons and the great Tom Harden and Sam Mello coming up next on the 260.